Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. I am Pentagenarian, and I'm sure some of you are here that are already subscribers, and I may have mentioned that I will be doing something special today. For those of you that are new, I am a 56-year-old veteran that enjoys watching music videos and watching videos of music I have heard of before. Today I'm going to be watching the live session of Z by The Warning. I've heard the song, but again, this is a live session. I always like to see the live sessions and live performances because every time they're just a little bit different. So what's the announcement? Well, unfortunately, it only applies to people who live near or that can get to Detroit. The reason being, The Warning is playing in Detroit on September 24th. What's the big deal about that? Well, I'm doing a Patreon giveaway, and I'm giving away 2 tickets to the show. I was going to do one and then one, but I'm like, I think I'm the only person that probably goes to concerts absolutely by themselves. So I'm giving away 2 tickets to the Warning show in Detroit. To qualify, you must be a subscriber and you must be a Patreon member. I have Patreon memberships starting at $1. I call them Fund and Forget. Why am I doing this? Because right now I can. I had enough cash on hand that I wanted to do something special, so this is what I'm doing. Is there a future plan? Yes. I'd like to build a community here between Patreon and subscribers that is able to allow me to do this 2, 4, maybe 12 times a year without it coming out of my pocket every time. I have 3 tickets to give away for Fawn, which is playing in Chicago in October. Fantastic German, I guess you'd call them a traditional folk modern band. I'm not sure what to call them, but they're fantastic. Tickets came out of my pocket. I want to do something for my subscribers and my Patreon members, and this is what I'm going to do. If you want to be involved, check out the link below. The link to Patreon is there. $1. If I get enough people at $1, I mean, I've got, I think, 1, 5, and 25. If I get enough people, then that's just something I could do eventually, maybe even monthly. But it's going to take the efforts of my subscribers and then becoming Patreon members. So for right now, yes, 2 Warning tickets to the Detroit show on September 24th. Subscriber, Patreon, put the number in the Patreon thread I'm going to put up, and you will be eligible. At some point in July, I would be putting all those numbers into a brown paper bag. My laptop is black. A brown paper bag, shaking the living shit out of it, and then reaching inside and pulling out someone's number. That person will then have tickets for the Detroit Warning show, and I'll hand them to them there. I mean, I'm fairly easy to pick out. I've got shock white hair, and I'm 6'2", and I'm a big guy. More details to come. So I'm going to leave that there. And anybody who has questions, hit me up on the comments below. Even more questions, click on the Patreon link and join up for $1 a month. I mean, that's less than a cup of coffee. Oh yeah, see, I got my logo there. I've got some cool swag. So we're gonna get into the Warning Z now because I've never seen this version of it, and I think it's about damn time I do. So let's enjoy this together, shall we? Here we go. And they're off. Always love that riff. Ollie's bass is so clean in this. And then there's Powell beating the shit out of the drums. I love that. I'm trying to remember what that riff reminds me of.
Where the blind will drink the tide. Who will we destroy this time? Revolutionary Kool-Aid cake. Happiness, your lonely traitor. Killed the raw one like a prayer. Disappointing how we used to fight. Watch out, better wash your hands. Watch out, better understand. Watch out, 'cause the truth they sound is really true. Watch out, 'cause it's coming back for you. I think that we should. 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 I think that we should.
Love it. Absolutely love it. I'm gonna pop back over to that one. All right, this one is going to be fun to talk about for a little bit because I don't know if it's the studio setting because you could hear the separation in everything. I've always heard on the live recordings and studio recordings, Ali's voice is the lowest in the band, or at least when she sings it is. And this is the first time that I could hear it distinctly other than part of the harmony. And I thought that was cool. And I don't know, does she sing any songs? Because if she doesn't, I think that would be really cool if they did something where she sang. I mean, she might not want to, I don't know. But I think it'd be really cool if they had a song that she sang, because from what I could hear of her voice, and this is, like I said, this is the first time I was able to hear it as a separate voice, not part of the harmony. And we well know Danny's got a hell of a voice. We know that Pow has a hell of a voice. And we know where they are in the harmony. And now that I've heard Ale, and, you know, it was part of the harmony, but you could separate the distinct voices, is all I'm saying. And in the studio setting, the bass line seems more obvious, if that makes sense. It's probably because they're in an acoustically sound area, and if they're doing it live, then it makes total sense. But you can actually like hear it clearly, and that's what I like about some of these live sessions, is that the acoustics are so tight in the room that you can hear the distinctness of each and everything. I think this really showed off the tightness of Ale and Pow because of that separation, and you can hear them playing off of each other. Pow, of course, Pow is Pow. We all love Pow. We all love Ale. We all love Danny. I like, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again, and I'll probably say it on every song she uses it. I really like the way that Danny uses vocal fry. It's never too much, never too little. It always seems to be just enough. The other thing that I like, and it's very deliberate, I think, because I've heard them all speak, and she doesn't do it in her normal speaking. I love the way she pronounces some of the words and the way she uses the flow of things. I'm trying to think of an example from the song, but it's just coming up blank. But I think anybody who pays attention to the warning, and especially people's in the Warning Army, know what I'm talking about. And I mentioned it when I was watching Freeze the Falls video. And I think that this is one of the Warning's influences on that band, is they mess with your expectations. You might be expecting to hear a word pronounced a certain way, and she pronounces it a different but really cool way that perfectly fits the mood of the song. The riff in this, it's driving me crazy because it's similar to another riff that I know, and I can't for the life of me figure out what song it is. But it's not the same, it's just similar to. But I heard it and I'm like, oh, that sounds like, I don't freaking remember. But I really enjoyed this because it shows them just dressed down, chilled out, recording this. And the other thing that I really enjoyed about watching this is, even in this live session, because sometimes you see live sessions and they're the band is not doing a whole lot. They're just standing there playing their instruments. What I like about this is, I'm sure they hammed it up a little bit for the video, but they still did their stage movements. And, you saw Ale do the, I don't know what I call it, is like the aggressive bass stance where she goes down low. And music comes so naturally to these three. And being sisters, I mean, of course, that's really, that helps a lot. But just, it seems like it comes to them as natural as a fish swimming in the water. And of course, playing together for 10 years, most bands are starting out at this state, at this age, or whatever you want to say. But they've got 10 years experience that they're literally at the cusp of blowing up, and they're not a new band. And that's one of the things that, now that I understand it a little bit more, kind of makes me laugh sometimes, is when people say, hey, there's a new band called The Warning. So, no, they might be 21, 19, and 18, or 20 and 18 or whatever, but they've been playing since they were 11, 10, and 8 together, which is why they're so natural on stage, which is why they compose great songs. And they understand and know one another because they've lived with each other 24/7. So bravo. I like this version a lot. And I'm going to be doing more Warning next week. I was going to do 2 videos today, but fate, as it would have it, decided to not allow me to. But I'm going to end this letting everybody know that, yes, I am fully going to give away 2 tickets to the Warning show in Detroit. I'm going to do it's a Patreon giveaway. Become a subscriber, spend $1 a month on Patreon, and you will be eligible. All you got to do is go to Patreon. I'm going to try to have it up before I go to work, but there will be a discussion or a whatever you want to call it, a post there where everybody could put their 4 to 6 digit numbers that I will be drawing out of a paper bag in July on a live stream. And let's have some fun with it. So until next time, you guys, everybody, take care of yourselves. Be good to one another. Don't be a dick, because the world has enough of them. So I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.